Have you ever had to pitch a prospect you know absolutely nothing about? Well, in the next 5 minutes, we're going to break down a skill that can completely transform those moments. It's called cold reading. Let's dive right in.
You know, the biggest challenge in any kind of cold outreach is that you're essentially flying blind. You're trying to connect with and persuade someone whose personality, needs, and potential objections are a total mystery. It really does feel like you're just selling in the dark.
I mean, come on, we've all been there, right? That feeling when you pick up the phone or hop on a Zoom call and you have zero, and I mean zero information to go on. It's a tough spot for sure. But what if I told you there's a structured way to handle it? And that's exactly where this powerful technique comes into play. It's called cold reading. Now, I know it sounds a little mystical, but trust me, when you do it right, it can feel like actual magic.
So what is it really? Well, in sales, cold reading is basically the art of becoming a detective. It's all about using those small, subtle clues a person gives off to understand them almost instantly. This isn't about some psychic trick. It's a real, practical skill for building immediate rapport and making sure your message actually lands. Okay, so to really get a handle on this, we're going to break it down into 5 key fundamentals. Think of these as the building blocks you can start using on your very next call.
And here they are, our roadmap to success. First, observation. Then, active listening. Next, pattern recognition, followed by micro-expressions. And finally, the big one, adaptation. Each one builds on the last, giving you a complete system for understanding your prospect in real time. So let's kick things off with our first fundamental. Simple, focused observation. This is where you're gathering all those initial little data points before the conversation even gets deep.
And trust me, these clues are everywhere. In person, you can look at their posture. Are they leaning in, totally engaged, or are their arms crossed, looking defensive? On a call, listen to their tone. A fast talker, they probably want you to get to the point. Even an email can tell you a story. And here's a pro tip. Subtly mirror their energy. It is a powerful shortcut to building trust. All right, moving on to our second fundamental, active listening. And this isn't just about hearing the words they say. It's about decoding the meaning that's hidden behind those words.
So the absolute key here is to listen for the pain. When a prospect just casually mentions they're, struggling with efficiency, that's not some throwaway comment. That is a giant neon sign telling you exactly where to take the conversation. So instead of just launching into your pitch, you ask a simple, open-ended question like, "Tell me more about that challenge." And just like that, you invite them to hand you all the information you need.
Now, as you observe and you listen, you're going to start to see patterns emerge. And this leads us right into our third fundamental, recognizing common customer archetypes. You'll find that most prospects kind of fit into one of a few key categories, which helps you predict what they really care about.
For instance, if you've got a decider on your hands, you give them the facts, the ROI, not the fluff. If it's a relationship builder, they're going to connect way more with testimonials and stories. And for the skeptic, you got to lead with proof and solid guarantees. Figuring out their archetype early lets you speak their language right from the get-go.
Okay, now for a slightly more advanced skill, but one that is incredibly powerful. Reading micro-expressions. You know, those tiny, involuntary facial expressions that reveal what a person's really feeling for just a split second.
These are your tells. If you mention cost savings and you see a quick, genuine smile, boom, that's their core value driver. If you bring up implementation and see their brow furrow for just a moment, that's a hidden objection you need to address right away, even before they say a word. So how do you get better at this? Start people watching, or even better, rewatch recordings of your own sales calls. And finally, we get to the most important fundamental of all. Because look, gathering all this intel is great, but it's totally useless if you don't act on it. You have to adapt.
Adaptation is where everything comes together. It's about shifting your approach on the fly based on the data you've been gathering. If you figured out they're analytical, you lean into the specs and the hard data. If you sense they're more driven by emotion, you pivot to storytelling and focus on the benefits. The whole point is to make them feel like you truly get them. All right. Theory is one thing, but let's see how this all works in the real world. We're going to deconstruct a super simple cold call.
Okay, imagine this. You make a call, and this is the response you get. Just one word. Yeah? It's sharp, it's abrupt, it's not much, but believe it or not, our analysis starts right here.
Immediately, fundamental number 1, observation kicks in. That short, clipped tone tells you this person is probably busy, and they definitely don't have time for a long, rambling pitch. Your window of opportunity is tiny.
So you keep your opening brief,
and they respond with a key phrase, team overload. Your active listening latches right onto that. That's their pain point. And this immediately helps you recognize a pattern. You're probably talking to an efficiency seeker.
And here it is, the adaptation. You don't ignore their tone, you acknowledge it. You say, I get it. Many teams are swamped. Then you offer a direct solution to their exact pain point, complete with a hard number. In just seconds, you've gone from a cold start to a relevant, tailored pitch. That is the power of cold reading.
You see, when you put all these pieces together, you stop being just a salesperson. You become a problem solver, a consultant, and a trusted advisor, all because you took a few seconds to truly understand the person on the other end of the line.
So let's quickly recap those 5 fundamentals. 1. Observe the cues. 2. Listen for the pain. 3. Recognize the archetypes. 4. Spot the micro-expressions. And number 5, the most important part, adapt your pitch. You practice these and I promise they will become second nature.
And there you have it, a quick masterclass on cold reading for sales. It's a skill that will serve you in literally every interaction you have. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. What's your single biggest challenge in cold outreach right now, and how could one of these fundamentals help you solve it? Thanks for joining me.